Hello, and welcome to Do Less at Home. My name is Tim Sear, and for this session, I'm going to be showing you a restorative posture called a seated side reclined twist. Now, restorative yoga, just a simple overview, helps to relax your body. And this particular posture is going to help in the connection with our spine, from our hips through our shoulders and our head. And anytime we're also in a gentle twist like this, we're also helping to give a little bit more mobility to all of the internal organs as well. And what Mr. Iyengar used to call the soak and squeeze. So that when we're breathing in the twist, in a twist, we're actually giving a little massage to all of our body functions, all of the organs in our body. And this especially is important for our spinal column, as the fluids moving through the spinal column from the base all the way up through to the brain stem. So marvelous. So as we settle down into this practice, I'll just show a few things that we're going to be using today, or before we get settled into it. So one of the things you might have in a restorative practice is either a timer or your phone that might have like a 5-minute alarm that you could set for it. Something that will allow you to come back out of the posture if you've fallen asleep. Because these poses can often be very relaxing and you might fall asleep, and that's okay. So having a timer is good. If you want to have a couple of eye pillows, or like the ones that I had shown you in one of the previous videos on some supplies that you could use for restorative yoga, eye pillows, fantastic to use in any restorative practice. They just offer a little bit of weight, but also here what we'll be using them for today is when we fold them over, we can create a little bit of support for underneath the palms, a very natural curve in the palms and the hands. Yeah. Then we're going to maybe have a pillow beside you. We'll set that up over there. And any blankets that you might want to have over your body when we get into this practice. So I'm just going to kind of prepare that and give a little bit of And you want to be nice and relaxed in the restorative practice. The relaxation comes through the central nervous system when it starts to move into the parasympathetic. As I might have explained in previous videos, the parasympathetic is the relaxed nervous system. The sympathetic is the active nervous system when we're stressed and anxious, the fight or flight. Parasympathetic is the healing or the slowing down nervous system. Then finally, one of the more important pieces here is your bolster. If you've got a bolster, or if you have like pillows from your bed, you could even wrap your pillows in towels to make it a little bit more firmer. And as we sit on our yoga mat or wherever you are, we want to come up nice and close, getting your hip right into the yoga bolster here, or your prop. Now, before I come down, looking at how your knees are positioned, I'll move that pillow there. So the one knee is 90 degrees to the bolster. The other one is just situated behind your bottom foot, just totally relaxed. Yeah. Now, if that doesn't feel good for your back or your spine, what you can do is you can bring that knee to stack on top of the other. And that's where a pillow is really nice, or something soft. Even a folded blanket between your knees is really great. Once you have the position, we're going to have our 2 eye pillows put out for our hands or our palms. Yeah. And then you might bring your blanket just to cover over your legs if you like. And the other thing that I also like too in this practice is a hoodie, or something that you can kind of cocoon yourself in. When I used to be with my teacher, oh my gosh, the days that we did this, I would just be gone. So once we find our hands on each side of that bolster, making sure it's tucked into our hip, let yourself come on down. You might find that eye pillow underneath your palm, and the other one on the other side. Yeah. And just relax your elbows to the floor. Now, if your elbows don't come down to the floor, put something underneath or an elevation, just so that you have contact with your arm to something. Just let yourself relax here. And as you're relaxing down, and you're feeling that connection from your hip to your head, just let your eyes relax closed. And I'll be with you here for this first side. So just relax into your breathing and settle into that rhythmic breath. That gentle in and out. As you're breathing, let each exhale of breath almost be as if your whole body was getting heavier, leaning into the bolster. And each inhale, there's a sense of spaciousness. And just finding that in and out. Your mind wandering. One thing that you might do if your mind is still racing, if you're feeling as though you can't stop thinking about other things, try to focus on your breath and let each inhale be a count, counting as many breaths as you can. And each exhale dropping down. And when you think of something else other than counting, start again at 1. Coming back and out. Dropping down. Almost as if it were spiraling towards a center point. Feeling your body get heavier and heavier. Your mind drifting, almost like it was a leaf on a stream of water, and just floating, letting your body drop in, drop down. You might even imagine that as you're floating on that stream, you're just letting that leaf, as it floats effortlessly, take whatever turns in the currents, spirals, letting all of the scenery around you just float past. Relaxing. I'm just going to let you be here for a minute or so in silence. And as we start to just deepen our breathing a little bit, feeling your breath move all the way back towards your spine. And you can keep your eyes closed if you like, or you can slowly open them, but we just start to bring our hands under our shoulders. And then as you start to slowly roll yourself up, roll, let your head be heavy. And as your head leans down, it's nice and heavy, just start to bring the knees in towards your chest. And wrapping your arms around the fronts of your knees, or even just underneath the legs, behind the knees and thighs. But let your head rest forward. In this leaning forward, we offer that little lengthening through the neck, along the spine. Let the shoulders drop down. Yeah. Just a moment of pause here before we transition to the other side. And I'm going to let you pause the video here or restart it, and then do the other side, setting it up just the same way as we did the first side. The seated side reclined twist. See you on the other side.